What's up, everybody? This is once again Dr. Remy LeBeau. I'm here once again in the X-Lair coming at you with a brand new X-Men statue to satisfy all your unquenchable desires for more X-Men statues. This statue was just released this week. It arrived today for me. I've been waiting for it for what, like 6 to 8 months or something of that sort. It was a Collectors Club exclusive on the Bowen Designs website, which means not only do you have to buy directly from Bowen Designs through their website, but you also have to be a Collectors Club member, which costs 25 bucks a year, which means that you get 20% off of all the purchases that you purchase directly through them. So anytime you're going to buy a statue from them directly, it's worth it to you to just join the Collectors Club because you immediately save 20%, which then pays for the membership. So if you're not a Collectors Club and you're a fan of Bowen Designs, you should become a Collectors Club member. If you're not a Collectors Club member, that's what I meant, become one because it's worth it. And if statues like this come up and you're not a Collectors Club member, then you will not be able to buy it. That's what happened when this statue was put up for order. It was stated very clearly that if you weren't already a member at that point, you were not going to be able to buy it. And so I'm sure there were many disappointed people out there, and I'm sure now that this statue is finally shipping, there's plenty of them available on eBay, and they're probably going for more than we paid for them retail. We were all allowed to buy two, so I'm sure some people bought a second one to flip, and maybe some people bought two to flip, both of them. Now the statue is not as rare as one would think, given the edition size. The edition size on this one is 516. I got number 95. Yay for 95. That was the year I graduated high school. Side note, totally irrelevant, but important to me. And so there's 516, which is actually more than the X Factor version, which I think there's 300 of, or it might be 250. And for the clear Iceman statue variant on the ice slide, in which he's like in an action pose, that one, I think there's only 250 of those. So this one's actually less rare than those. But because it's a Collectors Club exclusive, all of the ones that were put up for sale have already been spoken for. People have bought them either for their own collection or to flip. So really, there aren't any more of these available unless you're buying them in the aftermarket at paying some sort of premium. So I mean, it's likely that this one's going to become pretty rare in the long run. Fortunately, since it was just released, those of you that didn't get it probably won't have to pay too much of a premium for it. So I would say get off of your boats. Well, wait for this video to end, of course, but then go find this statue if you want it, order it, be done with it, and you'll be as happy as I am with it. Okay, so again, let me see. This was sculpted by the Kucherag brothers, of course. Kucherag brothers are just the masters of sculptures. Whenever they do an X-Men statue, it makes me giddy in places that I probably shouldn't talk about right now, because it's inappropriate. They're awesome. This statue is awesome. It's a variant of the clear Iceman statue, which I've posted stuff on a while back, a video and photos on my blog. So check those out if you haven't already done so. And it's actually one of, I think, 4 versions of the statue. So an opaque version of this statue was the first one to be released in this style. It's just a painted version. It looks cool. I haven't seen it in person, but it looks fine. It's the exact same sculpt. It's just not translucent. And so a lot of folks like myself were interested in getting this version in the translucent version because it just looks a little cooler. Of course, I'm not putting down the other one at all. It's got great value, but it's just not as cool as this one because, well, Iceman is made of ice. And of course, ice is translucent, so it's appropriate for a statue of Iceman to be translucent, correct? I think so. And now the thing about this one is that it's got the X belt right there. Little X belt goodness. And it basically reflects, I'm pretty sure the era in the 90s when Jim Lee took over. This is right after the X Factor. Right after X Factor ended, all the X-Men were in one place and they were like trying to figure out where they were going to go. It was like too many X-Men. And then, of course, he wound up on the gold team, I'm pretty sure, which was composed of Storm, Jean Grey, Archangel, Bishop after a couple of issues, and Colossus. And that's when he got the X belt, and of course he kept the X belt. He might have had an X belt before, though, before he joined X Factor. I'm pretty sure he did, but anyway, this sort of reflects that '90s era, and obviously a lot of fans are huge fans of the '90s cartoon, which he actually only made one appearance in, but huge fans of the '90s run of Jim Lee. And sort of what that led to. And so this is an important version of Iceman for a lot of X-Men fans that sort of transcend just the comic book fans. And so it's a statue that I would say a lot of people want. Of course, there is already the ice slide version of this statue, which has him on the ice slide. I've got that one, the translucent version, but there's also an opaque version of that one. So really, there's enough of this version of Iceman to go around right now. So fans of this version of Iceman have several choices. I've had several choices, and now have even more choices. But I would wager to say this is likely the best of all the choices. It's a lot more compact than the action version, and it's got that smirk on his face, which is really cool. And of course, it's done by the Kucherex. I love the clumps of clay. Resin with glitter on the base to kind of give it that icy effect. And he's got that ice ball in his hand. There's really a lot to like about this statue. And so out of all of them, I think this one is the best version of Iceman in this form, reflecting the 90s sort of style, which then did sort of continue on for a while. And even now, even though he's all jaggedy in like the modern sort of version of the way he's drawn, he still has the X belt, I'm pretty sure, and so obviously X belts, like signature, iconic element of an X-Men statue as well. So important for that reason as well. There's just a lot of reasons why this is sort of the best version of Bobby Drake, one of the original 5 Icemen. There's one other version of this statue coming out, and that's going to be the original team statue. That one's not going to be translucent. It's just going to be opaque and kind of rough and jaggedy. Not as jaggedy as the modern version, but just kind of like snowy looking, you know, somewhat a little bit more refined than a snowman, but not too much. And that's just going to, once again, capture the original team version of Bobby Drake, which will then complete that set, the original team set of statues that Bowen Designs has been releasing for the last, I don't know, like 2 years now. So that set will finally be completed. That one should be coming in a few weeks. So I'll be sharing that one with you all, of course. And this one pretty much completes the goal team for the 90s X-Men. So if you're just doing Bowens, all the characters from the gold team are already done. Like you've got Bishop, which was released recently on the Sentinel head, looking amazing, right? You got Storm in the white costume. You've got now Iceman, which you already had. We already had Iceman, but now we have a more compact one that sort of fits in nicer with the rest of the statues that were made. And of course, there's also the Jean Grey statue, which looks amazing. And then there's Colossus. Now, the Colossus statue that Bowen Designs released is sort of like his original team statue, but it could be used in the 90s gold team, in a 90s gold team display. I choose to use the Kotobukiya Colossus because that one has an X belt and it does actually reflect the 90s a little bit more. And so, and then beyond that, of course, Archangel rounds out the gold team, but unfortunately, there's just not enough Archangel to go around. I have mine in my X Factor set, which I feel is a little bit more appropriate for that character because that's when he was introduced. And that does round out the original 5 X Factor set. And so I am keeping him there. So I'm hoping that Bowen Designs will release another Archangel statue, maybe like in a museum pose that I can then include in my gold X-Men display, gold team X-Men display from the 90s. Of course, the other option is to get the Kotobukiya X-Force Archangel, and have him repainted in the blue and pink costume, because I've seen somebody else do it and actually it looks really nice. And it's just another option for an Archangel statue. So I might be doing that in the future, maybe, just to kind of round out that team and not to be redundant. I thought about maybe getting yet another Bowen Designs Archangel statue for that set, but it just feels redundant and I probably wouldn't like it too much to have that many Archangels. I already have it repainted Bowen Archangel in his X-Force color, so that wouldn't work. But Bobby in this costume, translucent, I think is sort of a critical piece of that setup. If one is trying to create that sort of team display, then this actually works as a really important component to that. And of course, beyond that, you've got the blue team with Cyclops, Psylocke, Beast, Rogue, Gambit, and Wolverine. And almost all of those have been made by Bowen Designs, on top of the Professor X statue that I posted a video of already on his yellow hover chair. So if you're a fan of the 90s, like, Bowen Designs has basically covered all the characters in these very important teams that reflect a very important era for the X-Men. If you're a fan of the X-Men from the 90s, which a lot of people are, because Beyond the Comics, the cartoon was aired during that time period. The costumes were the costumes in those issues, and so a lot of people that maybe started on the cartoon crossed over to comics as a result of that. Super important era. I can understand why people would want to collect those teams in the very cool form that is available via Bowen Designs statues. Yay, Bowen Designs! Good job. Okay, so this statue, awesome. The base is slightly different than the X Factor one in that it's gray and like kind of silver for the cutouts for the X, and the one for X Factor is all blue, so that's slightly different. The clumps of clay seem to be the same though. I might be wrong, but like the actual color that's used on the statue for the clear resin seems to be, it might be the same color. It might be slightly different than the X Factor one, but I think it's just the way the light is hitting each one in various places. I'll do a showdown video of the two at some point in the future, so that you can get a side-by-side view of these two and judge for yourself. Beyond that, it's like a very simple statue. The musculature is very well sculpted, of course. I mean, that's what the Kuchereks do. And I mean, it's basically like a naked man wearing a belt, and that's it. So the physique has to be perfect, and it is. It looks fantastic. You can see it in the video. We got the snowball in the hand, very similar to the one in the Iceman X Factor statue, but his arms raised a little bit more. But still, it's the same sort of like clump of resin, of translucent resin that looks like snow, and it's got like glitter on it, which looks cool. And then of course the face is pretty much the same face as the one in the X Factor statue, and the only painted elements there are the eyes and the eyebrows. So everything's very simple, but everything's well executed. It's exactly what you would expect from a statue like this. Ultimately, the real value in it, beyond it being super cool, super awesome, translucent, looks great, is the fact that it's a Collectors Club exclusive. And as I said, even though the edition size is relatively high for a Collectors Club exclusive, it just by the very fact that it is a Collectors Club exclusive is going to make it a rare item. So again, get your hands on it. Now, another important thing in regards to Bobby is that he's going to be, once again, coming back into the X-Men cinematic universe. Oh boy. Summer 2014, X-Men Days of Future Past. If you haven't seen the trailer, I've got it on my blog. Check it out. They haven't done the special effects for it yet, so it's just a very character-driven trailer. But man, it's just looking incredible. I can't wait for that. But Bobby is in it. Iceman returns in this movie, and it's been hinted that we're finally going to see him in his ice form, not looking cheesy like an X3, but actually looking like he should look: cool, sleek, awesome Iceman. and it's very likely that he's going to be doing the ice slide. I'm not gonna say that's actually going to be the case, but it's been hinted by the actor, I forget his name, that we're finally going to get to see Bobby do what he is known to do with his power, which is, and he didn't say what that was, but I mean, we're talking about ice slides here, right? I mean, that's what Bobby does. That's what he always did. That's what a lot of fans know him to do. He did it in the Spider-Man and his Super Friends. I forgot what the name of that cartoon was, but he was like Spider-Man, Iceman, and Firestar. Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, I think it was called. And I mean, even then he was doing the ice slide in the cartoon. I mean, it's just signature power move for Bobby. Why they haven't done it in the films yet, I mean, I know why, but now they're finally going to rectify that mistake by, I'm assuming that it's very likely that they are going to, by having him do that. This movie is going to be incredible. I cannot wait for it. If they do pull it off the way I think they're going to pull it off, it's going to open up a whole new set of doors for what X-Men movies can be, and bring them back up to the level that they should be, to the point where they are able to compete head to head with like Avengers stuff, which is just kicking butt right now. Like the Avengers stuff, everything related to it except for the television show, okay. But beyond that, in the actual films, incredible. Like, they're just kicking butt. Thor, The Dark World, amazing. I know I shouldn't be talking about that in this video, but I'm just mentioning it. I really liked that film a lot. I thought it was fantastic. I'll talk about that at some point in the future, though, in more detail. Or probably not on my channel, but to my friends. I'll talk, to my friends in the real world, not my friends in the in cyberspace. Anyway, so once again, this is Bobby Drake, the Collectors Club exclusive statue released by Bowen Designs. It's shipped today to me and probably to the rest of everyone that ordered it domestically, because that's the only way you can order it, is if you're a domestic, if you're a United States resident, I guess. That's the only way you can order directly from Bowen Designs. So they all went out to everybody this week. I'm sure everybody's been getting them already. Finally got mine. I'm super happy with it. It looks great, and it looks fantastic with Bishop, with Jean Grey, and just the rest of the Gold Team. Looks great. So happy to finally have them. It's funny. It's like I got them, and like I hadn't gotten a statue in a while, and I've been really busy with schoolwork and whatnot, which is why I haven't been posting a lot of stuff, because I'm really busy right now with schoolwork. But like, it's like you think, okay, it's like, okay, I'm getting just another statue. But the minute I opened it up, it was like, Iceman! It was like in my mind, it was like singing to me. And then, I put it up on the shelf, and I get goosebumps just seeing him amongst the current statues that I have displayed. And I don't know, it's like you think that it can't get better, and then it does get better. You add a new statue that's great into your already, some might say excessive, some might say, lacking statue collection. And all of a sudden, it just completely rejuvenates your perspective on everything. Like, I was looking at all my statues now, it's like, it's sort of like a collective whole. And it just, every time one more statue comes in and like, fits properly within, the context in which I established, it just somehow just enhances like the quality of the entire display. And you're just like, I love all of you. I can't help but love you. Just like it just reignites that passion that's always there. It's always there. But sometimes, actually no, most of the time when I walk by everything, I kind of get like that happy feeling. But when you get a new statue, it's kind of like getting a whole new set of statues, because, well, you all know, I'm sure most of you have gotten some statues already, or are planning on it, or have collections larger than mine, and so you get it. Anyway, so that is it for this statue, folks. I think I've spoken quite a bit about it. I don't think I need to speak about it anymore. I think the statue speaks for itself. It's not very different from the X Factor statue, but it's different enough that, it has its own worth and it has a proper place in an X-Men collection, distinct from that X Factor statue. So happy to have them both. And that's it. Again, thank you so much for checking out my videos, for subscribing. I really appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. If you're interested, I have more stuff coming, of course. Recently, the stuff that went up for pre-order was the Mojo statue, sculpted by the Kucherek brothers. Bowen Designs releasing that one probably in about a year. I'm really excited about that one. And of course, I bow down. I bow down to the Sideshow Collectibles Apocalypse premium format figure. It's nearly 3 feet tall. It's incredible. It's $600, a little bit steep, but probably very worth it. Right now, when this video goes up, as I'm shooting this, the exclusive version is still available for sale on the website of Sideshow Collectibles. I recommend, if you can afford it, to go get it. They also have payment plans available, so you can start making small payments, and it probably won't be out for a year or so. So you have plenty of time to pay it off, and it won't be such a hit to you when, you know, it finally is released. So I suggest, if you're interested in getting it, get it now as an exclusive, because once these things sell out, it's like they immediately start going up in value. People immediately start selling them at a premium, even before they're released. So if you're on the fence about that Apocalypse statue, I would say get off of the fence and get it. You can actually get it through my website, my blog, X-Men Statues of Future Past.blogspot.com. I posted a coming soon post, which has the Apocalypse, which has a link to the site where you can order it. And if you do order it, I actually get a small amount of money. I'm not trying to make money or anything. I just put up that stuff just so that if I do happen to make some money, I'm gonna, you know, collect it and then eventually hopefully have some sort of a raffle or something for some statue. I don't know, but you don't have to click on my stuff. I don't care. I'm not trying to make money, but if you'd like to, if you're planning on buying the statue, that the option is there for you to click through my blog and order it from Sideshow Collectibles. Anyway, that statue is going to be amazing, and I cannot wait to have that one in one of these videos and have you all see it. I'm sure a lot of you ordered it already, but I don't know. I'm just going to be drooling the whole time because that thing is incredible. I haven't seen it in person yet. Oh, God, I can't wait to see it in person. Oh, boy. It's very possible that Ensabanur Apocalypse is going to finally make his debut in X-Men Days of Future Past, but nobody's talking about it, and so we can only speculate. Anyway, once again, you can check out the blog post associated with this video right here by clicking on this link here. It says blog post, and that will take you to the blog post that has photos. I took photos of it, you know, close-ups and whatnot. So if you're interested in getting a closer look at it, it's there. I've got posts there for most of my collection so far. I think I'm missing about 15 statues. So, and since I'm slowing down as far as posting stuff, it'll take probably a few months for me to get everything up, but stay tuned. It will all be up. Again, if you haven't subscribed, please do if you're interested in checking out those. If not, thank you for stopping by, and I wish you the best of luck. So that's it. That's it for this statue. That's it for me for now. And as always, it would behoove you to put an X in the box because ain't nobody checking me. What's up? What's up, Bobby? Ain't nobody checking me. That's right. That's right, Bobby. I know that was absurdly silly, but that's what this is all about, right? Fun and silliness. All right, folks. Thank you all, and take care. Bye-bye.